Feminism and femininity are not enemies. Hey, I'm Ololade, and on this place, I share my opinions on different aspects of life, and I just basically think out loud. And today, I'm going to be sharing 5 unpopular opinions that guide my life or guide my life as a young adult. The first point is being busy does not equate living. So many people engage in a lot of activities, numerous activities, ranging from their priorities like their work, their job, their school, and all of those stuff, to their faith, to their leisure. So many activities basically that keep them busy all throughout days, weeks, and months. They are constantly busy, but that does not equate living. I realized that I found it very difficult to rest or to just be right when I was not engaging in something, whether it was meaningful or not. I would always feel like I'm about to die or I'm about to lose my mind, right? So over time, I have come to realize that productivity is what equates living. When you are not being productive in anything, you are not living. You can be busy and not productive, right? But when you are productive, when there are results, we can see tangible results from what you are doing with your time. That is when we can say for a fact that this person is living. That is when you should be able to pat yourself on the back and say, oh, I am actually living, I'm doing something with my life. But the funny thing about this is that it may not even be that you are engaging in an activity. Sometimes it's just in your mind, it's just in your head. Like, you have been able to program your mind to a point whereby you are busy. I am a busy person. So even when you're not engaging in anything that is productive or anything at all, you feel stressed because your mind has been programmed to be busy, right? So the first thing is deprogramming your mind, and we are focusing on what are my priorities, what are the things I want to achieve. These are the things I'm going to invest my time in. That is when you can say for a fact that I am actually living life. And you realize that when you do that, you feel less stressed. You feel like, yeah, my life is counting. The second point is a faith that cannot survive questions is fear masked in luxury clothing. I am a Christian. I read and I ask questions, and I study a lot. Over time, I have come to realize that a lot of people find it very difficult to ask questions about their faith. They just run with whatever they were told by their parents or whoever they were raised by, or whatever circle they were raised in. They just run with those things and say, okay, this is what I'm going to practice. And so they don't listen to any other opinion from any other faith or something like that. And they are just like, they just run with it. And it's, shifts into different areas of their lives. Whatever tradition or something that they were raised with, they cannot question it. They're just like, oh, since this is what I'm raised with, this is what I was told, this is what it is. They don't even try to gather more knowledge and to even prove to themselves this thing that I've chosen to run with, this faith that I've chosen to run with, or this tradition that I have chosen to keep, is it worth it? Do you understand? So I have come to realize that any faith that cannot hold up pressure, is not authentic enough, right? You should ask yourself that this faith, am I sure beyond reasonable doubt that this is worth practicing, or this is worth keeping, or any tradition at all? Am I sure that this is worth keeping? That's why I pressure test my faith. Every now and then I'm going to God with questions, I'm researching, I'm reading, I'm listening to sermons, clearing my doubts. Because why am I practicing something when I have doubts about that thing? The third and one of the most important points is feminism and femininity are not enemies. I can be a feminist and hold up the values and fight for what feminism fights for and stand for what feminism fights for, and still ensure and still have my femininity intact, in the sense that I can want equal pay, I can want independence, I can want respect and dignity, and still be a soft babe, and still be a girl's girl, and still be girly. So being a feminist should not stop you from being emotional whenever you want to be, or being the soft girl that God has created you to be. You can be a feminist and still uphold your femininity. They are not enemies. My fourth unpopular opinion is, if you only grow when people are watching, you are not growing, you are just performing. Not all growth happens in the public. Not all growth happens on the spotlight. So if the only kinds of growth that happen in your life are growths that are publicized or need to be publicized, then you are not growing, you are only performing. Not all growths are loud, not all growths are dramatic. There are certain times that you just realize that, oh, this habit I used to have, I no longer have this habit. And it's not something that many people will know, that they'll now start congratulating you on your Instagram. Sometimes you realize that I'm now consistent with this thing that I was struggling with consistency for. I am now doing this thing, I'm now doing that thing. Certain things, are just private. So if the only kinds of growth you experience in your life are the ones that need to be publicized, then you are actually not growing, you're just performing. It's a hard truth, but it's the truth. And I'm going to hold your hands when I say this. Nobody is going to clap for the version of you that grows in private, but grow anyway. Keep growing, keep pushing. And one day, all those little drops will create a mighty ocean. The last and most important point that guides my life, or my last unpopular opinion that guides my life, is that success is not definite. And I also like to stretch it and say that success cannot necessarily be defined, in the sense that success means different things to you at different times in life. So it is, some people will say success is a journey, not a destination, but I like to say that it is not definite, and it almost cannot be given a definition. Just like social science, none of the social science concepts can be defined. They have been defined by various scholars from various perspectives, right? That's how I see success as. And this success is not just defined by various people from their various perspectives. It's also defined at from various people from various perspectives at various times in life. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but overall I'll say that the equation for determining your success at any point in time or any point in life is growth plus impact. Are you experiencing growth in this part, or in any area of your life, or in every area of your life? And are there people that are being impacted by, whether directly or indirectly, at that point in time, from any area of your life at all? So if you are not experiencing growth, or you are not impacting anybody, you are not successful at anything at that point in time. So whatever it is that you want to define success in, and it cannot be a one thing. You cannot say, because I'm experiencing growth, I am successful, or just because people are being impacted, I'm successful. Both must go hand in hand. Growth plus impact should define your success. I know I have said a lot, but to run through all that I have said, just so that you do not forget. The first thing is that a faith that cannot survive questions is fear dressed in luxury clothing. Secondly, success is not definite, and most likely cannot be defined, cannot be given a specific definition. Thirdly, feminism and femininity are not enemies. They can go hand in hand. Fourthly, if you only grow when people are watching, you are not growing, you're only performing. Say that to say that nobody is going to clap for the growth that happens in private, but keep growing anyways. Lastly, business does not equate living or productivity. Productivity equates living. So if you are just being busy and not being productive, sorry my love, you are not living. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, ensure you click the subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm will push this video to more people. And I'll see you in the next video.